On a normal election night, the story is predictable. The votes are counted, cable news paints the states red or blue, a winner is declared, and a loser calls the fireworks company to see if they can get a refund. But this year, thanks to the coronavirus pandemic, more people than ever will be voting by mail. And because those mail-in ballots will take days or even weeks to count, it means that it might be a while until we know who actually won the election, which according to the FBI means we better buckle up.
A new warning from the FBI. Just 41 days before Election Day, the Bureau says foreign actors and cyber criminals could exploit the time required to certify and announce election results by disseminating disinformation that includes reports of voter suppression, cyber attacks, targeting election infrastructure, voter or ballot fraud, and other problems intended to convince the public of the election's illegitimacy.
The announcement also alerts that, quote, the increased use of mail-in ballots due to COVID-19 protocols could leave officials with incomplete results on election night, adding that foreign actors and cyber criminals could exploit the time required to certify and announce the election's results.
The Bureau encourages voters to be patient with slow results. It says Americans should verify information through multiple reliable sources and think twice before sharing unverified material on social media.
Really, FBI? That's your advice? Be patient and don't share unverified information on social media? Do you know us? We're not going to do any of that shit. The day after the election, the most viral post on Facebook will be that George Soros paid Jeffrey Epstein's ghost to vote for Joe Biden. But yes, the FBI says that foreign enemies will try to spread disinformation to undermine the election while the votes are being counted. Though if they really want to mess with the vote counting, I hope they don't do that thing of just shouting out random numbers. That's going to throw America off. I mean, it gets me every time when I'm counting. 61 million for Biden.
24.
61 million and one for Biden.
143. 3,074.
Oh, got to start again. 1 for Biden, 2 for Biden. So yes, there is a real threat that America's foreign adversaries will latch on to the fact that many votes won't come in until after Election Day. And then what they'll try and do is use that to convince voters that the election results aren't valid.
I'm very worried about mail-in voting because I think it's subject to tremendous fraud and being rigged.
I want to see the results of the election on November 3rd. And by the way, if it's anything like these other events, it could go on forever.
And they're allowed to count votes until 7 days after the election. Are we going to wait a week after November 3rd if it comes down to Nevada, which it could very well? I don't think so. I don't think it's appropriate. It's going to be the greatest fraud in the history of elections.
The only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. Remember that.
You know, it's actually funny how when it comes to election results, Trump is like, Americans can't wait this long for important information. But then when you ask about his tax returns, it's like, we can't rush this delicate process. We gotta be accurate. But it's been 4 years! That's because it's hard to count to a jillion.